One injured in an anti-tank mine explosion last night in Brabhia province. Officials said the incident took place in an area once controlled by the Khmer soldiers during the Civil War. Over 20 organizations called on political parties to maintain peace for Cambodia. The call was made yesterday evening through a march from the Royal Palace to Wat Phnom. In other news, students from around the world are learning the art of shoemaking from an Italian master and bringing fresh hope to an artisan trade in crisis. Hello, I'm Jindolas. It's Thursday, August the 15th. We begin with local news. At least 6 people were killed and 1 seriously wounded in an anti-tank mine explosion. The tragedy took place in Jomsan district, Brabhia province. According to local officials, the victims were on a 2-wheel tractor known as Iron Buffalo when it ran on an anti-tank mine. Officials said the site used to be held by Khmer soldiers during the Civil War. Each year there are over 100 cases of casualties from landmines and unexploded ordnance. Although the number of casualties is on a downward trend from year to year, it remains high. The latest tragedy indicates that landmines and unexploded ordnances continue to haunt the life of Cambodians. Phnom Penh residents are reported to be concerned about the possibility of violence if mass protest takes place, and as a result, a group of NGOs have come together to march for peace. They staged the rally to remind political parties and the public about the need to keep protests peaceful. Peace is patriotic, violence betrays our hopes. It's a message of the group for the 2 political parties, the Cambodian People's Party and the Cambodian National Rescue Party. Over 200 people from over 20 organizations joined a march from the Royal Palace to Wat Phnom to call for a peaceful solution for political tensions following the elections. The group sat down at a sacred praying house, Praon Dongkal, to pray for peace and stability in Cambodia. The NGOs intended to bring their message to political parties in particular.
Although our message doesn't have influence on the politicians and the ruling party, but mentally they also love peace and we do as well. So we believe that they understand our mind.
The groups hope that through their message the public will avoid violence and hold peace in mind. The march was made after political tension has risen after CPP and CNOP contradict on election results, and CNOP warns a mass protest if there is no solution for election irregularities. While the tension has yet calmed, the world has called on political parties to deal with differences through law and peace. Cambodia is preparing to join an initiative known as Mangroves for the Future as the 10th member country. The country's officials will present its membership application next month in Vietnam, one of the country members of the Mangroves for the Future initiative. This is according to a press release from the International Union for Conservation of Nature, IUCN.
Cambodia contains one of the last remaining unspoiled mangrove forests in Southeast Asia. The country is putting efforts to preserve its mangrove systems. Cambodia has even applied to become a member of the Mangrove for the Future initiative, and it will present its letter of request to become the 10th member during the 10th Regional Steering Committee meeting in Hoi An, Vietnam. This is according to a press release from a conservation group, International Union for Conservation of Nature, IUCN. Cambodia firmly hopes that the Regional Steering Committee will endorse its letter of request. Becoming a member of the initiative will offer significant contributions to protecting and managing coastal ecosystems in the country. It will also help Cambodian local communities and civil society to better manage and protect the coastal ecosystems in a sustainable way, and it will improve the livelihoods of the people who depend on the resources from the ecosystems. According to a 2010 statistics, Cambodia's mangroves cover an area of over 78,000 hectares, and according to a study in 1997, there are over 50 types of mangrove forests in Asia. Up to 37 of them exist in Cambodia. Currently, there are 9 member countries of the Mangrove for the Future initiative. They include Bangladesh, India, Indonesia, Maldives, Pakistan, Seychelles, Sri Lanka, Thailand, and Vietnam. Mangroves for the Future is a partnership-based initiative for promoting investment in coastal ecosystems to facilitate sustainable development.
Hundreds of thousands of women in Kampong Thom, Kampot and Kap provinces will now receive better health care after giving birth. This is as a result of a donation of medical equipment from the German development organization GIZ and UNICEF. The equipment worth $500,000 was handed over to rural health centers to reduce maternal and newborn children mortality. Up to 300,000 women in Kampong Thom, Kampot and Kap provinces could now be better off. GIZ and UNICEF have given medical equipment for rural health centers in those provinces. The donation is intended to help reduce the death toll of mothers and newborn children after giving birth, especially those living in rural communities. The equipment includes fetal heart detectors, instruments for surgical delivery, and ultrasound scanners. According to UNICEF, 3 out of 4 newborn children die in their first week of life, especially during the first day. The deaths result from complications during childbirth and lack of care after giving birth. However, UNICEF said Cambodia has made good progress in reducing the deaths of mother and newborn children. According to an official at Health Ministry, Cambodia still lacks financial and human resources to address the issue effectively. The deadline to pay road taxes is drawing near. Vehicle owners are required to pay road taxes no later than the end of this month. Meanwhile, tax officials also call on property owners to pay taxes.
31st August is the deadline for road tax payment for the 2013 fiscal year. The day after that, vehicle owners will be fined up to 100% in addition to the tax prices required. The General Department of Taxation has collected road taxes since February this year and set July 31st as the deadline. However, due to late payment, the General Department delayed for 1 month and pushed the deadline to August the 31st. And now, as the deadline is drawing near, Tax Department is calling on vehicle owners to pay road taxes before the end of the deadline. Meanwhile, the government is also calling on property owners to pay taxes. Tax Department has collected property taxes since earlier this year, and the deadline for property tax payment will be September the 30th. During the first 6 months of this year, Cambodia has collected $470 million in taxes. The taxes are from profits, withholding, salaries, value added, turnovers, vehicles, patents, and property, as well as special taxes on certain merchandises and services. Last year, Cambodia collected $740 million to support its economy.
That's all in part 1. When we come back, we will bring you more news from around the region and the world. Stay tuned.